Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Beyond the Summit roast of Hugo Gonzalez. I am your roast master, Vicious Vish, and tonight there's going to be an emphasis on the vicious. I am damned excited to be here. It's basically going to be like the Mango Part 2 for me. Earlier this year, Hugs whined on Twitter saying that I was talking shit within earshot of commentary at the Mango. It was a whole thing. Hugo was kind of a diva on Twitter, farming those impressions. Classic Hugo. How can I get some Twitter mentions and fall out of this one? I'll complain about it. Nice one, Hugo. But look at us now. We're at the roast of Hugo. I inspired this event, my man. I was a pioneer, unappreciated during my time. Oh, so now it's cool for everyone to shit talk you, dude? Is that okay, man? Am I gonna see 10 twit-longers about how this evening goes? I hope I'm not overstepping any bounds over here. I'm gonna need a verbal yes before I continue.
Yes.
Thank you. So during the Mango, I was thinking, man, have I gone too far? Is this going to hurt my chances for future gigs? Now I am literally getting paid to roast your ass on stage. It's funny how life works, dude. I love it. So we used to have player-based melee tournaments. Mango Juice, Don't Go Down There, Jeff. And they usually have one rule to commemorate those players. Like for Mango Juice, you couldn't ban Dreamland. But for Hugs, the way we want to play tribute to him and his legacy is by telling him how much he looks like a Hey Arnold character for an hour straight. Anyway, I'd like to thank Beyond the Summit for hosting this event. Hugs and BTS have a lot in common. They only interact with top players and can also be referred to as over the hill. But before we start digging into Hugo, let's talk about this dais, this wonderful group of people you've got assembled here today. Typically at roasts, you have your close peers, respected friends, people you've gone through a lot of stuff with. Let's see who we have here. Guy who ruined your tournament at the Mango. Guy who stole, over there, done. Guy who stole your girl at a party and basically cucked you. I'll explain later if you guys don't know the story. Slime's friend, the guy who wrote the Hugo diss track, and Tafo. Tafo's here. I don't know why Tafo's here. 20 years, 30 years in the Smash community, and this is what you came up with? My God, man. By the way, I am really excited for Tafo's segment of the roast. This guy already has stand-up experience, man. There are videos online of his comedic genius. My favorite zinger was, "I'm sorry, my humor is so dry. I just haven't had my water yet." He actually said that! In a crowd of people, NASA crowd, he said that. So here's a little preview of what Tafo's gonna be showing you guys later today. Hey guys, Tafo here. Hugo is so old that his real name is Hugo Gonzalez Rex from the Cretaceous era of Smash. So they say Hugo misses a lot of his shots, but turns out he's already got all his vaccinations already. Was I close, dude? It's gonna be amazing. Dude, what are you wearing, by the way? You look like a merchant. You look like a merchant that specializes in selling Tafostats. Hey guys, you want some Tafostats? Oh my God. Chillin is here. I love Chillin so much. Actually, an amazing human. He's the only person I kind of feel bad about roasting, but I'm contractually obligated to roast you, man. I'm so sorry. Here's a guy that's taken a beating almost as much as Hugo has over the years. The money match with left Chillin with a lot of psychological trauma. It's actually tough for him to watch shows like The Wire or Cops, because they're constantly yelling out, 5-0! 5-0 is here! 5-0, everybody! It's really unfortunate. Be sure to check out his new clothing line, by the way. You guys might not have heard of it. It's kind of on the DL. I hope you don't mind if I say it. It's very similar to Jisoo's 0-2 line, except it will say 0 and 5. And it only comes in XXXL. Oh, man. So Chillin had a really hard time. Later today, there's going to be a Chillin diss track, which is going to be dope. He had a really hard time this year for Hugo, because Hugo didn't have that many bad losses, which is like 80% of Chillin's rhymes, if you've heard any of his previous texts. So here's a preview of his diss track. Exclusive, I hope you don't mind. Mango, M2K, S-Fat Armada. Hugo looking here that he's older than my father. Am I a rapper now too, dude? Is it that easy? Sorry, man, I shouldn't have spoiled it, my bad. Dunk is here. How does it feel? How does it feel to steal the one girl Hugo had a chance of getting with, man? That's messed up, dude. I hope you're proud of yourself. I feel like I don't really need to roast Dunk. Just talk to the guy for like 5 minutes, and it kind of just happens on its own. You can grasp his IQ within a matter of seconds. It's like two monkeys just banging on drums in there. There's nothing going on up there, man. Dunk is mostly known for being great friends with top players, which still doesn't really explain why you're here. Oh, man. And then we got Ludwig. Am I pronouncing that right? I'm sorry, that's the first time I've ever had to say your name ever. I did some research, and it turns out this guy can mash buttons at a really fast rate. That's super cool, dude. Your greatest accomplishment can be emulated by a macro setting on my computer. That is sick. But seriously, Ludwig looked at the Smash community and he thought, how do I make it into this community, man? How do I become one of the well-known people? I know what I'll do. I'll act exactly like Scar and dress exactly like Vish. Nice, dude. You got him. You got him. Oh, man. I'm honestly low-key scared for Ludwig and Dunk's set, just for the simple reason. I think they're going to be the most savage for the simple reason that they have nothing to lose. What are they going to do? Take away his commentary block of top 256 doubles, round robin, wave A, items on, random only, team attack, low tier only, mute city pools? You better watch yourselves, guys. You better watch yourselves. And now for the man of the hour, my man Hugo Gonzalez. At Shine, I asked Hugo what were the limitations of the things I could talk about. I knew how sensitive he could be, and I didn't want to overstep my bounds. So he thinks about it for a while, and he says, you know, Vish, I don't think there's anything that offensive you could say to me. So what? Hugo misses a couple of charge shots. Ha ha. Oh, what? Hugo wave dashes back in neutral game? So what? Oh, sure. Hugo gets limp when he gets down with the ladies. Ooh-wee. Mind you, he said this in front of a group of people who all laughed. This guy just gave me this information with no warrant. I didn't ask him for anything. He's just like, this is what I do with the ladies. Oh, man. But it all made sense right there, man. The reason why Hugo plays a floaty is because he's already got a fast faller. Really, though, I kind of question your decision making. For example, you chose me to be the roast master, which is goddamn funny. You have the whole Melee community, and you're like, can we get the guy who ruined my tournament experience at the Mango? I really like him. I like his energy. There's something about him. Or at the last summit, Hugo was complaining about how he didn't have any content or skits or anything, even though he had worked so hard to get there through his campaigning. They decided to give him a slot on the Scar and Toph show. Gets undivided attention from the BTS audience, gets to talk about whatever he wants. He tells a long tale about how Dunk stole a girl from him at a party. At the end of the night, he was holding the girl's hand while she was making out with Dunk. That's the story you told? That's the story you told? You're like, ah, man, I have BTS's undivided attention. I know what will get me the content I want in the future. I know just the story, guys. But hey, now you have a tournament in your name. So perhaps there's a method to your madness. Look, Hugo has come a long way in Smash. Times have changed. Think about his two most memorable losses. The Samus Ditto with Plup, where he gets shot up a ton of times, and the Sopo comeback with Chu, which didn't allow him to get top 8. Let's look at Shine 2018, all right? Things have changed. So he lost the Samus Ditto to Plop, and he got 3-0'd by Chew. But this time he lost to both the Ice Climbers. That's improvement, folks. That is improvement. Look, guys, it's going to be a great night tonight. Seriously, Hugo, thank you so much for having me as the Roast Master. Like, living with you the last few months has been awesome. I feel like we've gotten really close. I think it's amazing how you've been at the top level of this game for so goddamn long. It's kind of crazy, dude. I really respect it, and I love you, man. Thank you so much for everything, dude. All right. So for our first roaster of the evening, I had to do extensive research on this man, because I legitimately don't know where he came from or who he is. You may recognize him from Pool's commentary, where he goes on with Slime, or his new show on BTS, where he co-hosts with Slime. Please give it up for Slime's friend, Ludwig!
Thank you, Millennial Pirate. Let's get a round of applause for Vish. It's probably the only time he's ever gotten it, so. And I would like to say, what's up? Welcome to the second roast of Hugo Gonzalez. The first one took place actually in 2009 when they had to write his first Smash Wiki page. I'm not actually sure what I'm doing up here. I really haven't been in the scene that long. I only commentate round one pools, and I've never beaten anyone noteworthy. But sitting there, I realized, well, we got a diverse crowd here. We need that white guy to match the math book text cover. A lot of people are going to roast me tonight for being Scar Jr., but I think it's just because you guys don't know enough about me. So let me just list off a few facts. First, I'm born in New Hampshire. Second, I'm fluent in French. And finally, when I was 10 years old, my father died from alcohol poisoning. Or as you guys know it, the mango. And maybe, just maybe, you guys are gonna say, wow, this guy's stuck in Slime's shadow. So, I thought I'd get a visual representation of what Slime's shadow looks like, because he can't be here tonight. One moment. And here it is. That's life size, by the way. Doing great there, bud. Unfortunately, due to Vish's sponsorship with Nintendo, I can't say what's behind the diamond, so it's up to your imagination. I will say, the ball's in your court on that one. Speaking of that, Vish, you have a mechanical engineering degree, and you commentate Melee. As a career, do you walk past the toilet to shit in a bag of Lay's? Vish has an anime profile picture on Discord, which kind of explains why no one listens to him when he commentates. People love to talk about how old Hugs is, but Tafo just turned 30, and Chillin' and Dunk are both 29. Vish is actually the only one born in the 90s. Yeah, unfortunately, based off the average life expectancy of Indians, he's gonna die way before them anyway. Hungry Box proved, H-Box himself, he proved that you can be both a successful Melee player and a successful engineer. And Vish proved you don't need the successful part. Vish, your forehead is so big you could fit Chillin' Dude on it. Hugs, your forehead is so big you could fit Chillin' Dude on it. Chillin's here. Chillin', man, what an icon. I remember seeing your Fox and thinking, man, this guy's gonna be a great commentator. Hugo has a lot of friends in the scene, a lot of close friends, even to the point where a group of 4 of them painted his name, H-U-G-S, on their stomachs. Or they could have fit all the letters on Chillin's stomach. And Tafo's here. Round of applause for Tafo. But seriously, why is Tafo here? I heard he got this gig based off his stand-up set at NASA, but from what we learned from his Yahoo show, he's boring sitting or standing. Tafo, why every time do I see you, you look like you just walked through a spider web? Just sneeze or something. Some of you might not know Tafo's Korean. His family lives in constant fear of a bombing from North Korea, much like we live in constant fear of him bombing tonight. And Dunk's here as well. Round of applause for Dunk. Yeah. Dunk is a professional actor. And by that I mean he's a bartender in Los Angeles. A little known fact, Dunk actually has a fiance whose name is Daryl. And to be clear, Daryl's a woman. Dunk told me they fell in love at first peg. And finally, the man of the hour, the manlet himself, Hugo. Round of applause for Hugo. Hugo's full name is Hugo Leandro Gonzalez. He's actually named after from a character from Backyard Baseball. Hugs, you look like your mom practiced Botox on you when you were a kid. Mega once tweeted to you and said, I could buy your whole family, but based off the rates I've seen outside Home Depot, I think all Smashers could. Honestly, I feel bad for Dignitas. They seem like a great organization, but unfortunately, the Smash Committee's only ever seen their logo stretched. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I know it was a tough road to find a good team, and you managed to find one that exclusively signs players from the Mango Extended Universe. Hugs, if you were any shorter, you'd be Chillin' Dude's rap career. You look like someone dropped an anvil on an attractive person. But if I'm gonna be real, Hugo, you're an inspiration. He actually quit his secure job to pursue his dream, which apparently was to live in a rent house with 5 adult roommates in his 30s. I've been to his house, though. He lives with Vish, Hugs, SFAT, Mike Hayes. They all live together. They actually have a pretty good setup over there. They even have a Google Assistant. They had an Alexa, but Hugs kept trying to fuck it. Hey, by the way, I've been wondering, how many 19-year-olds need to break up with me before people start calling me daddy? You guys probably know that Hugo got dumped by 2 organizations in the past couple years, but what you don't know is that he also got dumped by 3 women in the same time. I mean, that's so unfair. Look at Mewtwo King. He has 2 sponsors at the same time, and Hungrybox has 3 girlfriends at the same time. Come on! It's so unfair! I'm sorry, man. Hugo, you truly are a legend. You've been in the competitive scene for so long, he still remembers when there were different brackets for the white and black folk. But honestly, man, I couldn't imagine anyone else sitting in that seat right now. No one else has the bravery and the courage that you do. I respect it so much. I love you, brother. I can't wait for your roast.
I told you guys, I told you, nothing to lose. Absolutely nothing to lose. My man went hard savage. Holy moly. Take away his top 256 spot and commentate. Take it away. Take that away. Oh my God. Our next roaster was the pity inclusion of the dais, as he literally begged to be on here. Please encourage him and put your hands together as he tries his very best. Tafakin!
Before we begin, I want to advertise my coaching services for washed-up players. It was so good that, you know how Dunk has been playing with Mango his whole life and he was still a hopeless Falcon main? I played with him with my washed-up Fox for three hours, and he was able to beat Chillin' dude. I'm not sure if that is a testament to my coaching skill or how washed-up Chillin' is at Melee. But for real talk, excuse me, I have a gift for you, Hugo. I figure that since you want to grow in many ways possible, you've grown on your stream, you've got a notch controller, so you've grown in Melee, you went to the doctor to grow in other ways, I figure I'd give you something that can immediately give you something else. So now you can feel like you are actually standing tall and proud on the outside. But everyone, for real, I think I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach with roasting Hugs. And instead, I want to be his wingman, because we all know after watching that video that he surely needs it. His tag is Hugs86 because all his dates end up the same way, with a hug followed by getting 86 by his date. So why should you go out with my man Hugs? Just like his Samus, he likes to take things slow and steady. So you know you get your time and money's worth. He'll start by buying you 3 shots right out the gate, or as he calls it, a neutral start. Next, you'll watch him argue with the bartender over the market price of his special edition Gargoyle Scrotum IPA, followed by waiting patiently as he drafts a scathing review on Yelp because the bar is serving burritos with french fries in it. It's true, he's a huge foodie and has a wealth of food knowledge. Ask him the optimal time and methods to get the freshest food from McDonald's and he'll proudly tell you. But I'll tell you what, my man's got passion. If he talked about In-N-Out on Twitter as passionately as he did playing Melee, he would have won a major by now. Have you ever been out with someone who invented something? That's right, Hugs invented the technique known as crouch canceling, which is when you crouch in the corner of the airport and cry after a girl cancels all contact with you. But my man Hugs is a man of passion. I know I repeated that. He actually quit his accounting job to pursue Melee full-time. And I didn't think getting repeatedly spanked by Chudat was the dream of anyone, except for maybe chilling in a wild sex fantasy dream. But just because he quit his job doesn't mean he doesn't make money. Hugstream is finally starting to take off, but he's not quite successful enough to say the N-word on stream yet. But my man let me know that he will make it a sub goal soon. Hugs calls his subscribers the sub pub. It might sound lame, but name somewhere else that you can watch a man in his 30s make spreadsheets about his favorite TV shows. I like to say that Hugs plays Samus because he likes to test himself. And if you're a woman who's ever hooked up with Hugs, you should test yourself too. After quitting his job and going full-time Melee in 2016, he finished 129th at EVO and actually did worse overall as a player. But you know what? He stays persistent, and even if he were to have an 8-2 or a 2-8 record against another local Sheik, or have a PokeRap length list of people who have beaten him, he keeps at it. And you know what? I respect that. And you know what? If you gave him 1,000,000 years to train, he may still never beat Plup in a Samus Ditto. But that doesn't matter, because my man's got heart. Persistence, heart, passion, knowledge, ambition, shitty craft beers, all this and more can be yours. You'll probably have to pick up the check, though.
Dude, that was awesome. Let me get one more for Tafo. Oh my God, killing it. Let's go, Tafo. Let's go, Tafo. Our next roaster is goddamn unpredictable. He once lost to Mango's Falcon 21 stocks in a row, but he also beat this guy. I literally have no idea what he's gonna say, but I am excited and scared. This may be the highlight of his career. Please welcome Dunk the Dunskies.
You know, he's probably not wrong about that. All right. So, I know what a lot of you guys are thinking out there. Who the fuck is Dunk and why is he allowed to roast all these guys, right? I think I saw him fuck up Fendi, but I really don't know why the fuck he was there either. Like, I don't know either, guys, really. Like, if you guys could tell me, then fucking please tell me. All right. Everybody give it up for Vish. He was doing a great job hosting this event. Like, he's really killing it. But Vish, I gotta come clean. This isn't a roast of Hugo. This is actually an intervention about your style, dude. Like, it's borderline whack. I'm sorry, I never had the strength to tell you, like in real life, but since it's a roast, I got it here. Vish, you look like a more lesbian Ellen DeGeneres. You look like a recalled ethnic Ken doll because they accidentally put the pubes on the chin instead of the balls. You look like my grandma's bathroom decor made a wish on a star to become a real boy. Everybody give it up for Ludwig. Ludwig's amazing. He actually had a great set. Ludwig, you've been on the scene for such a relatively short amount of time and you've done a lot. It's actually really, it's pretty impressive. What's more impressive, you did it with absolutely no in-game skill at all. So that's far more impressive to me than what you did before. Him and that guy, him and Ludwig and Slime. Ludwig and Slime have put out a bunch of great content for us. Like most of us out there, I haven't seen any of it, but I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's really good. Give me a half a second because I'm less organized than all of these people put together. True. Tafo's here, great addition. Everybody give it up for Tafo.
I don't know why he's here, because he's literally as funny as all of the diseases go localizing themselves into one baby child. So, but I get to make fun of him, so I'm great. I'm glad he's here. Is it level with me, right? Does he look like Beaver Warrior card from Yu-Gi-Oh? Like, right? It's like almost a self-portrait. Yeah. You kind of look like you're always like perpetually ready to feed a baby bird, right? It's just kind of like. Chillin' dude's here. Chillin'. Yeah, everybody give it up for Chillin'. Chillin' dude 829, aka Chillin' dude ate too much, aka the worst. AKA the worst rapper dead or alive. AKA has a 100% loss rate versus both the guys on that couch in tournament. Or also known as the original Kendrick Lamar. Oh, man. Chillin', can you tell me this? Does Team Liquid know that they got scammed yet, or is like the biggest scam in esports history still going on right now? Like, I'm just playing. That's not the biggest scam in esports history. The biggest scam in esports history is that this guy's in the top 15. That makes no sense. Literally, if you've played Hugo, tell me that he's not like, you're like, oh, dude, if you keep practicing, you'll keep on getting, you'll get top 32 one day. Like, you're right there, man. Which brings me to Hugo Gonzalez. People give it up for Hugo Gonzalez. I've been friends with this guy since like 2010 or 2009 or something like that. It's been like a decade, almost. Like it's been a while. And back when I first met him, he was kind of a more geeky, a little more. He's not this stallion that you see before you. He's not whatever this is right now, right? Chow. Give him a chow. Woo. He was a bit chubbier. He had like a snaggletooth. He wore a beanie at all times. I literally thought he was balding and wore a beanie just because of that for the first 5 years I knew him. No joke, never saw him without a beanie. If I knew he was gonna end up looking like that, I would have told him to keep the original style. I would have just been like, nah. So I'm gonna tell you guys like a classic Hugo and Dunk Go to Vegas story, all right? This is an old school Hugo and Dunk Go to Vegas story. So me, Hugo, and Mango used to go to Vegas all the time, like once every couple of months, right? And this is essentially how it went almost every time. This one's particularly raunchy, but whatever. I took some parts out to protect the innocent, so bear with me. I'm gonna have to like, you know. So me and Mango, we blacked out. We woke up with $0 in our account. We woke up with lip rings. Both of them had fucking lip rings. I don't even know how that happened, but it did happen. I woke up with a burger on my chest and one of those tall, like 6-foot margarita drinks, right? Woke up hungover as fuck. I look over at this guy, not hungover at all, didn't even have a wrinkle in his goddamn shirt. So I start to think, like, what was Hugo doing? I had flashbacks of him walking behind us with a bottle of water, hitting on a girl that's way out of his league. Insanely out of his league. That is essentially every time we ever went to fucking Vegas. So, oh, without fail, every time. All right, granted, he got her, but that doesn't make her any more out of his league. She's still out of his league. Let's go, Hugo. So, give me one more second. I gotta address all of this, you know, Hugo stole, or Dunk stole Hugo's girl at blah, 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 blah. Because I actually felt really bad. He's like, dude, you broke the bro code, like blah, blah, blah. He told me this years later, and I was like, I don't remember it being that bad. So I hit this girl up, right, a couple of weeks ago to see, I was like, what's the story here? I was like, hey, do you remember that time you could have hooked up with me or Hugo at that like Smash party? And like you ended up hooking with me instead of him? Like, what was the deal with that? Because he made me feel bad. He said I broke the bro code. So what was your perspective? And she said, and I quote, who the fuck is Hugo? So So I got to make fun of Hugo's looks a little bit because it's like the lowest hanging fruit you could possibly get, you know? So I'm not sure if Hugo looks more like an in-shape Kermit the Frog or an out-of-shape Ninja Turtle. One of the two, I'm leaning like more in-shape Kermit the Frog, but that's definitely an out-of-shape Ninja Turtle. Somewhere in the middle? Cool. Your body doesn't make any sense to me, dude. You're about the same height as me, but for some reason you look like a life-size chode, and I just look normal. I don't get it. You look like an Oompa Loompa that went to the gym for like 3 months and got like a $20 gift certificate at Ross. So, all jokes aside, dude, you're like one of my best friends. You're definitely gonna be in my wedding. Like, you're gonna, like, yeah. He said, finally, I'm invited to a fucking wedding. All right, and I love you like a brother, man. That's it.
Dude, everyone is killing it. Let's give it up again for Dunk. Amazing job. Our next roaster is also a veteran of the Smash community and honestly one of my favorite human beings in general. He recently hit 1,000 subs. And by that I mean he's eaten 1,000 Subway sandwiches just recently. Let's give it up for Chillin' Dude 829.
Yo, thanks a lot, Vish. Great to be here. Loved you in that commercial for the thing or whatever. I forget. It's honestly great to be here among such amazing peers who are all proud to have beaten me in tournament. Great work, guys. Really exclusive list you joined there. Just incredible. Starting with Ludwig. You know, I really don't know much about Ludwig, nor does anyone, really. I'm not really sure how he got on this lineup, but I have to assume he bribed Slime, probably. They're pretty close, you know. They made something happen. I remember I played him at Smash the Record last year, which is where the infamous victory came. That was really impressive. It was a charity tournament. He stole some guy named Hype for Sliced Bread's tag. Already a great start to a charity event, and then he beat my Mario by camping me with Puff. Just really exemplifying what the event stood for. I think he landed at least 20% of his rests. It was incredible. I think he actually went on to get like top 5 at that tournament or something pretty impressive. But after that, Smash the Record went on indefinite hiatus, and it actually no longer raises money for kids with cancer. So I just have to assume that's Ludwig's fault. Good shit, man. Good work there. Nice job with that. Let's give it up for the amazing Roastmaster Vish. Vish has been doing an incredible job. Honestly, one of my best friends in the community. Every time I go to a major, I just keep my eyes peeled for some red pants in the distance because I'm pretty sure that's the only pair that Vish actually owns. So, and if he's playing, I just look around for a Falcon getting 4-stocked, maybe 3 stocks at best, and there's Vish, just ready to go. No, really though, honestly, as a player, Vish is very underrated. I think he's legitimately one of the best commentators at actually playing Melee. I mean, aside from me, DJ Nintendo, Lovage, Brandon, Toph, Tafo, Dunk, Phil, Scar. I think aside from that, Vish is probably the next best, honestly. That's a pretty big accomplishment. Let's give it up. Wait. I think him and Blur actually have to fight it out. We'll see how that goes. But speaking of Tafo, great roast earlier. I was very impressed. Tafo, truly a jack of all trades. He's a mediocre player, decent commentator, an okay streamer. I think he gets some views. And a below average comedian, as we've already seen. So he's really out here. I think, honestly though, his most impressive feat was when he was Mango's coach. I mean, that stint was incredible. I don't know how you turn one of the best players in the world into a full-time streamer, but Tafo pulled it off. Super impressive. Great work from Tafo. And I heard he works for CLG now, so PewFat, you guys better be careful, man. Just keep your distance just to be safe. Just to be safe. And of course, the best Falcon player in the world, according to his results against me. That's Dunk. Let's go, Dunk. Dunk, very impressively, did defeat me a few years ago. And he joined a stellar list of players that I had lost to that year, like Gar. I honestly can't remember any of the other names, but I'm sure they were good. It was a really great year for me, so for Dunk to be included in that list, man, just incredible. The truth is, Dunk counters me because I actually think about the game when I play, and I don't know what the fuck Dunk is thinking most of the time, to be honest. I honestly don't even know if he's aware where he is while he's playing a tournament match. The sheer lack of strategy throws me off a lot. You know, actually, I think Dunk might be the only person that didn't make a my B joke after I got 5-0'd by Leffen. I appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot. But truly, I think it's just because Dunk couldn't spell my B. That's fair, man. It's pretty tough. In general, though, Dunk is an extremely prominent member of the community. He's about as important to our community as our community is to Nintendo. Thank you, Dunk. Thank you. Honestly, though, I do want to thank Dunk because once I lost to him, I realized it was over for me as a player. And now I'm a top commentator and I have 1,000 subs on Twitch. Thanks, Dunk. I appreciate it, dude. Got my back. Thanks, man. All right, moving on to our guest of honor tonight, Hugo Hugs86 Gonzalez. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up. I love Hugo. You know, I've always wondered what the 86 stands for. I assume it's your birth year, but I feel like you left out the most important part, dude. Hugs86 BC has such a good ring to it. You gotta switch the handle, man. Hugs86 BC. Really though, I was impressed. I was really impressed when Hugo made top 8 at Genesis. It really goes to show with enough hard work, anything is possible. And by hard work, I obviously mean getting the easiest possible bracket and then convincing TOs to make your seed better because you had one good win a year ago. But hey, man, he got it done. He pulled it off. Really impressive work from Hugo. Nice job, man. That was good. But yeah, by the way, how are we doing on time? Oh shit, Hugo, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you, dude. I was just checking real quick. I was just taking a look, man. It's just trying to keep it going, you know. Honestly, though, Hugo has gotten a lot better. And you know what? I take full credit. Without the Hugs diss track, he would probably still be losing to Kira and Reno. I mean, really, why did they bop you? Why? You know, Hugo actually did start practicing on his stream after I called him out on the diss track, surprisingly enough. And you can really notice the improvement. His Samus used to look like Plup in 2006, and now he's approaching 2008 Plup levels. It's insane. I think at this rate, he might be able to take games off Plup in the Samus Ditto soon. That's assuming Plup is not actually looking at the screen or holding a controller. But hey, man, I think it could happen. Really. It has been a bit tough recently, though, to compete as Hugo. He recently got 3-0'd by La Luna at DreamHack Montreal. I guess La Luna really is as good at eating pussies as his Facebook posts say. I guess so. But enough about Hugo's gameplay. Let's get into how great of a person he is. You know what? I got nothing. Let's just move on to the world premiere of the Hugs Diss Track Part 2, Disrespect Your Elders. Yo. Been a while once again. Wait, is this the track? I can't hear it at all. I'm sorry. Is this it? Yeah. This sounds like the original. That sounded like the original. I'll spit the original too. That was not my B. Look, I'll admit my B. That was not my B. Separate B. Someone else's B. Ah, there it goes. Yo, Hugo, that's my dog. Let's not talk about his sub goal though. Been a while once again, spit it while the bar's hot. Hugo getting roasted, but he's still missing charge shots. Still upset, you end up wrecked. Greffin gets a blessing when he fights you next. Face roll, squid, Polish and Kazoo. They winning it straight through whenever they play you. Don't get it twisted, they're good, I ain't a hater. Guess who's still having nightmares of yayas? Hugs, lots of chew, man, it's hardly some news. His list of free wins always started with you. Only Icy's doing it, that's partly untrue. You know Bop and Hugo takes an army of two. My Samus charge shots even sicker than my freestyles. Hit up Hugo's screen to watch a man go senile. Got me fucked up, far from a young blood. The sub pub looking like a poor man's club. Alright, my B, that was kinda rude. Really, Hugo's sub count looking hella cute. Might be 850, but I'm trying to be nice. Accurately speaking, maybe 829. Rank 15, what the fuck is that about? How is rank 15 barely top 3 in his house? When it comes to super streams, you're truly the champ. Dating with daddy, more like dating with Gramps. Damn, I went hard again, I feel kinda bad. Maybe I should stop, Hugo might be sad. Ah, shit. Fuck that shit, I'm going back in again, you slipping, man. Every tourney that you attend, you got the best practice. You should have this, but you giving Chew that his freest brackets. Savage, yeah, true, but I'm pushing you. You got KJH, why can't you beat Prince of Boo? It's true. Found hit like UCF, none in your bracket. He just wants to know who's up next. Talking about the mango and what's really on my mind. Only sober one there, you still placing 9. Blame bitch for talking shit. I got a better question. You didn't drink, so how the fuck you lose to Mega Xmas? You wanna come up and you acting all smug now. Proud of you, Hugo. Have you seen my sub count? Lord 1000, it ain't tricking cause I have it. Let me show y'all a real pink Samus. All right. All jokes aside, honestly, Hugo, I'm impressed. You've been killing it recently. You do a really good job repping the old school players, and there's not many of us left. So good shit, man. Keep it up, dude. Keep it up.
Damn, my man Chillin is multi-talented rapper and comedian. Let's give it up one more time for Chillin. My favorite line was "Nightmares of Yayas." That spoke to me, dude. I felt that. Did you reuse the ghost-written lines from your previous track? That's impressive. I gotta give it up for that. But here we are, the man himself, Hugo Gonzalez. Hugo is a tall, handsome, well-proportioned young man with a dynamic and enjoyable to watch play style. Just stellar to be around as he never complains and has a wonderful zest for life. He was my favorite smasher growing up. Let's give it up for Hugo Hugs Gonzalez!
All right, everyone in the audience, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Before I begin, I want to apologize for Tafo's inclusion. See that? The thing is, I've been friends with you for 9 fucking years, and you didn't invite me to your wedding. So I invited you here on this roast as payback, because I want to see you get fucked harder here than you did on your first honeymoon night. And just like that very same night, I want you to cry yourself to sleep after you're done here too. You know, as we got ready for this roast, we started asking the other roasters, like, is there anything that's off limits, something that we shouldn't touch on? And Tafokins, this is an actual quote, he says, "Please don't make fun of my wife's looks." Tafo, what the fuck do you think is going on here? Do you think that you're the good-looking one in the relationship? It's gonna be fine, man. It's gonna be okay. Your wife is beautiful. You, on the other hand, you're the only man on the planet who can do an online show with Blur and not be the pretty one. If Toad and Gollum had a baby, you would be the result. I just don't understand what she sees in you. I've seen more testosterone in PPMD's left nut than I've seen in your whole entire body. I guess I'll never understand. Ludwig, I got a question for you, man. How untalented do you have to be so white, so handsome, so privileged, and still feel the need to ride Slime's coattails? I don't get it. For years, I've wondered what it would be like if we had like a normal people hot person in the Smash community. He would be the person that would bridge the gap between Smash, our little nerd culture, and the mainstream. And yet here you are, and the most important thing you've done in your whole fucking career is this roast. What the fuck do you even do, Ludwig? Besides threaten the very existence of my Mexican people. This is a true story. Ludwig actually tried to stop me from showing up to this roast by calling immigration services in the hopes that they'd deport me back to Mexico. So I called him and I said, "Yo, Ludwig, that's really fucked up, man. Why are you trying to get me deported right before the roast?" And he said, "I was trying to kill 2 birds with 1 taco." What the fuck does that even mean? You know, Ludwig was actually super excited. He was practically begging to be the roast master. He wanted to be the roast master, but he changed his mind when I explained to him that the role wouldn't involve the ownership of roast slaves. You know, he didn't actually say or do any of these things, but it's the thought that counts. And we all know that you're thinking this. We heard your fucking Home Depot joke. Dunk, one of my best friends for like 10 years. I love you, dude. It was actually, you were probably the hardest person for me to roast. It's not because I like you or anything. It's just, how do you roast someone who inadvertently roasts themselves all the fucking time? How do you roast such a fuck up? What? His tweets read like they were written by a 12-year-old. I have one written here. After the NBA Finals, he wrote a tweet that reads, "If you're a Warriors fan and you feel good about this, you should be ashamed of yourself." He spelled warriors W-O-R-R-I-E-R-S. Dunk, that is no typo. That is a condition. That is a way of life. But he does have some good things going on in his life. For example, his parents pay for absolutely everything. They paid for his house, they paid for his car, they pay for his food, they pay for his school. Do you ever take charge of your own life? Do you ever just take control? No, you don't. In fact, the only reason your fiance shaved her whole head is because there needed to be a real man in the relationship. But you know what? Daryl is an amazing woman. I know it, you know it, you show it. You show it all the time. You're sprung, man. You're really sprung. In fact, the only person more pussy whipped than Dunk is Vish in his relationship with Nintendo. Hi, Vish. Hi, Vish. How you doing? Vish, the roast master. A man of pristine style and charisma. The only man on the planet with a forehead bigger than mine. And yet, you still have your barber line you up all the way at the top? Why would you want to show more of that massive thing? Does Dunk go to the brain surgeon and say, hey, doctor, make me more of a dumbass? Does Ludwig wear a Confederate flag and say, I'd love to look more racist? No, but for real, it's been actually really great having you as a roommate. It's been really dope. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised to see you here and not in some toilet taking a shit. I'm not kidding. Vish pays about $2,000 a month to spend 80% of his time sitting in my toilet taking a shit. It must be all that Popeye's chicken you keep eating. I'm not kidding you. I once caught this guy sitting on the shitter with a spicy Popeye's drumstick, dipping it into a tub of margarine, telling me that it reminded him of his mother's butter chicken. Do you consider yourself a real Indian after that? Do you consider yourself a real Indian? You do? Well, that's interesting. A worldwide study in 2015 concluded that the average dick size of male Indians is approximately 3.5 inches while erect. You know what, man? I believe you. I believe it. Chillin'. One of my longtime Smash buddies, a veteran of the game, just like myself, a bit of a fitness icon. Chillin' was admittedly a very big guy in 2006, all the way up to about 2013. Then the documentary came out, and he lost a ton of weight. Talk about a comeback, dude. It's really good to have you back, man. But let's talk about your legacy for a second. I'm checking my notes, and it says you're like, what, the 19th best player ever? Like of all time? The 19th best of all time. Jesus fucking Christ. With Mike Hayes in the picture, you're not even the best over 6 foot, neutral colored fox main that raps. You're not even a top 5 brown smasher out of MDVA, your own city. You're not even a top 3 commentator on this dais. You're not even the best brown commentator on this dais. Though I will admit, you are a top 3 rapper in the Smash community. But that's like finishing in the top 3 of a Smash Sisters crew battle. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. But let's hold on. Let's talk about your rapping for a second. Let's talk about your rapping. Did you all know that Chillin had a ghostwriter for the Leffen diss track, Respect Your Elders? What? He had a ghostwriter. I'm serious. He had a ghostwriter. He had a ghostwriter for that hot piece of garbage. That's like Mango having a ghost stylist. That's like Tofokins having a ghost comedian. That's like the guy that gives Johnny his haircuts having a ghost barber. And you know what, Chillin'? I've also noticed a pattern here. I've noticed a pattern with your rapping. You write a diss track about Leffen, and then you write a diss track about me. It seems that Chillin' only writes diss tracks about the people that are fucking him. Wait a minute. Wait. That explains why we have yet to hear a diss track about your girlfriend, Shelly. But, you know what, Chillin'? You're right. I did get 129th at EVO. But at least I am not best friends with Chew Dat. And I know why Chew Dat is always hanging around you. I figured it out. You're the closest thing he's ever gonna have to getting close to a pair of big titties. But seriously, this has been amazing. I've had so much fun. I picked this lineup because I knew they could deliver. I knew they could be fucking assholes if I needed them to, and they absolutely delivered. I love every single one of them. They're amazingly talented people. I'm so blessed to have you guys in my life, even if you make that shit very fucking annoying sometimes. I love you all. Thank you so much, and thank you all for joining. And thanks especially to the Roast Master Vish, who has done an incredible job.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for joining us. That was an amazing roast. Everyone did phenomenally well. Tune in for top 8 of the roast coming up shortly after this break. Stay tuned. That's fucking good, dude.